Have a nice day, students. Today I am coming up with a new video about the activity by the GIMP software. Here we prepared one canvas and we are going to open one image into the GIMP software. To open image, we need to collect the image in our local storage devices. In our example, we have collected the image in our home folder. In our home folder, it is opening the home folder. In our home folder, there is one folder named as school resources. It is taking long time to open home folder. Now it is okay. Now it is opened. Here we have one folder named as school_resources. Here one folder for 8th standard students, standard 8, standard_8, and inside that folder you can see one folder named as image_editing. Here we have different images. Here we are going to insert plowing.jpg. So, in using the GIMP software, we have already created the canvas, and from the file menu you can see one option open. Otherwise, you can use the shortcut Ctrl O for open. Open. Then we have to navigate to the home folder, school_resources, standard_8, image_editing. Here we have planned to open the plowing.jpg. Now you can click by selecting the image. You can, it's around 1.7 MB, and now we are going to open the image by clicking on the open button. The image will open as a separate tab in GIMP software if you are using single window mode, because now we are preparing our canvas with a single window mode. If you are using multiple window mode, this particular image will be a separate window. Okay. But fortunately we are using single window mode, so the image will open as a separate tab. In the first tab we have created our canvas, and the second tab we have opened the image. Okay. And after opening the image, you can create the duplicate of this image by using the shortcut Ctrl D. Ctrl D is the shortcut. Otherwise, we have a procedure to create the duplicate. By selecting the image tab, you can click here image, then duplicate. There is a shortcut Ctrl D. And if you want to duplicate the canvas prepared, you can select that tab, then you can click here image, duplicate. Now we have created the duplicate of the first tab, and also when we select the image, we can click here duplicate, then we have created the duplicate. And if you are using the shortcut Ctrl D, it will create very easily, the duplicate images will create very easily. So now it's only study purposes, we don't need more duplicate images like this. Let me delete it. Okay. Then this one too. Yes. And again we are going to do one more thing. In our canvas, we are creating one layer. Here we have an option, a small icon is here, a small button here. By clicking on this button, we can create new layer. Otherwise, we have another procedure option, that is layer, new layer, or you can use the shortcut shift Ctrl N. Okay. Whatever may be the way you can choose, you can create one layer. I clicked here, then I got one small window. Here we can name the layer. I am naming it as layer 1, and the width and height of the layer, or the width and height of the layer will be equal to the width and height of the canvas. Okay. Or what the size of the selected tab, it will create automatically. You do not need to specify the width and height manually. So, the background color of the layer will be transparent, you can keep as it is, then click OK. Now, we have created one layer here, and we are going to bring this particular image into this layer 1, and I am suggesting you do not use this background layer with a white background for a particular work, leave it blank. There is a special consideration for this background, that is why I am suggesting you, this is only my suggestion, do not use anything with the background. Okay. You can color the background, you can make a flat color, there is no problem, but do not try to do any kind of work with the background layer, leave it blank. Okay. So, that is why to paste this particular image, I created a new layer. Then I am selecting this particular tab of the image tab, then I am using the shortcut Control A to select, Control A. Then you can see small dots are animating in the side. Now, you can see a small dot is animating in the periphery of the image, and you can use the another shortcut using the Control A shortcut. We have selected the image, and you can copy the image using the shortcut Control C. Then you can click on your canvas. Then by selecting layer 1, you can use the another shortcut, that is Control V to paste. Yes, we have inserted the copied object into the layer 1, but in the layer channel you can observe the layer 1 is still empty, and the pasted images is locating as a floating selection. At the first time when we insert the image or any of the object, it will locate as a floating selection. After the manipulation of this inserted object, we can use the tool, that is anchor tool, to bring that floating selection into layer 1. So, now the floating selection is waiting for our works to finish. Okay. After the finishing of the manipulation of the inserted object, then only we can click here in this anchor button. This is the anchor button, just below the layer channel, in the bottom area of the layer channel, you can see this anchor symbol. You can click here. Now, if you want to move the object, you can use the move tool. You can select the move tool from here. This is the move tool. Otherwise, you can use the shortcut M. There is no combination key, simply M for move tool in the keyboard. Now, I selected the move tool. Then you can use this arrow mark and click and drag the object into any of the required position in your canvas. Now, I suggest I planned it to locate here. Then if you finish the manipulation of that inserted object, you can click here in the anchor button. Then only the selected or the pasted object will fall in the layer 1. Okay. And you should understand one thing, any image or every object in GIMP software should be inserted as a separate layer in your canvas. Otherwise, we cannot treat individually that particular object. It will create a lot of problem when you create a project. So, I am suggesting you create a separate layer for every small or big objects. Okay. Using this method, using this activity, I am going to finish this video. I can give you another video with different topics. Have a nice day once again. Bye.